Yo guys, it's your boy Doppler from Sweden, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the skins that got the biggest changes with the official release of CS2. I've already made a similar video where I talk about the best upgrades to skins, but that was in the beta. Now we have the official shipped full game and we know which skins got upgraded and which got downgraded. But before we take a look at that, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is Skinport. Now if you don't know, Skinport is a CS2 marketplace where you can buy and sell your skins safely for real money. And they have a very large supply of skins, over 1.2 million skins listed right now. So whatever you're looking for, they've probably got it. If you're selling skins and your skin happens to be over $1,000, then the selling fee is only 6%. Or if you're buying skins, for example a stiletto tiger tooth on Steam, you'd be paying over 600 euro. Meanwhile on Skinport you can buy one right now for only 500 euro, or you can even get a stat track one for under 500. That's a big difference. So if you want to try to buy and sell skins on Skinport, then do so from the link in the description. And now let's take a look at those changed skins. Now the first and in my opinion biggest change by far has to be on the Dopplers. As you can see, if I just search Doppler, you will see that first of all the pictures look very different. So first of all we have Butterfly Doppler Phase 1, and the first thing you can see is the handle, which looks a lot better and has this nice shine to it. Also the Phase 1 Dopplers are usually very black. As you can see, this one isn't black, it's more dark blue, so this is a huge upgrade. With Phase 2 you can instantly see that it doesn't even look the same in CS2 as it does in CSGO. This in my opinion is the biggest upgrade of all skins in CS2. For Phase 3 the handle is now like a cyan green almost, and the blade isn't as black as it is in CSGO. It has more of this icy feeling, which is also a very nice upgrade. Phase 4 also had a massive upgrade. As you can see, if you hold it in the sun, it looks like a sapphire. Like, how are you gonna tell me this isn't a sapphire? We have the ruby as well. I'd say the handle is kind of downgraded because now it's orange, almost brown, but the blade itself, in my opinion, is still an upgrade. It looks very red now, almost a little pink, but it's still clearly different from the Phase 2, so this is still, in my opinion, a big upgrade. Then we have Sapphire. In my opinion, one of the bigger downgrades. As you can see, if the light doesn't hit it, it doesn't look like a sapphire. And if you hold it in the sun, you know, it looks like a Phase 4. There is barely any difference. And finally, from the Dopplers, we have the Black Pearl. Now you can see it looks more purple. Handle isn't that crazy, but I just think overall it looks a lot nicer than in CSGO, where it most of the time looked like a Phase 3. Now, I know there's a lot of Dopplers, but they have all gotten huge upgrades, so I think it's pretty important that I show you guys them. Gamma Doppler, starting with Phase 1, you can see instant upgrade, insane handle that shines green, and in the sun, it just looks insane. Phase 2 now is basically an emerald. Gamma Doppler Phase 3, same story here, very nice handle, and overall, kinda looks like an emerald. And finally, Phase 4 just looks kind of like an emerald with some nice cyan colors here as well. Absolutely insane. Huge upgrade on all of these phases. However, one of the biggest downgrades I think we've had is the emerald. As you can see, the blade, yeah, it's a little green, but it looks basically exactly the same like the Phase 2. And the handle is so bad. It doesn't shine at all, and it's basically gray. If you can choose now, don't buy an emerald, just buy a Phase 2 for 10 times less money, because the price of the emerald shouldn't be that high anymore. Now, finally moving on from the Dopplers, which is by far the biggest change, we have the sport gloves Nocts. These have gotten a downgrade because in CS2 they are very gray. This is what they looked like in CSGO. You can see they have much better contrast and are black. Meanwhile in CS2, for some reason, they're gray. Another pair of gloves that got a big downgrade are the driver gloves Black Tie, which again are grayified. I'm not sure why. They've turned the black into gray and they've turned the white into a lighter gray. I have no idea why they want to make everything gray, but in my opinion, big downgrade. However, a very nice upgrade is the Desert Eagle Fennec Fox, which doesn't look that different in this light, but let me show the sun and you can see how shiny and nice they've made it. Now, for two skins that I've already mentioned in the last video that have gotten changed, but the changes are actually still here in CS2. First of all, we have the Acid Fade Scout. This one, the scope is still colored, which is very nice. It makes it look 10 times cooler in game. Another skin which also has its scope still colored is the Op Snake Camo, which in my opinion just makes it a lot cooler. Another upgrade or change that they've made, which I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, they've changed the Auto Sniper Azure Zebra to now be just a pattern across the whole gun. I'm not sure why, because in CSGO it looked like this. You can see that like the magazine and the middle part of the gun doesn't have the camo, but for some reason in CS2 they just decided to have the whole gun be blue. However, one skin that I can definitely say got downgraded, we have the Autotronic knives. No, this is not a battle-scarred Bowie Autotronic. It is in fact factory new. For some reason, they've just made it completely black unless the sun is hitting it in the exact right spot where you can see a tiny bit of red. Huge downgrade. One skin which I used to hate in CSGO because it looked like mustard was the AK Gold Arabesque, but now in CS2 they actually kind of updated it so it looks a little bit more shiny. But then again, it doesn't really look like gold, but I'd still say it's an obvious upgrade. Now, speaking of upgrades and looking at this skin, we can see that the stickers on it have been changed a lot. This is because in CS2, basically all DreamHack stickers and Kato 2015 holos were upgraded and now has this really insane rainbow colorway on them, which makes them stand out a lot in game. It's so nice. Same with my USP play skin. You can see the stickers are really cool. However, this USP, the Orion, actually got a downgrade. The top is usually very clean, but for some reason on almost all Orions, the top is fully scratched in CS2. So I would have to say, because of the scratches, this is a downgrade. Another downgrade would have to be the print stream skins. You know how in CSGO they used to be very holographic? For some reason, they just removed that in CS2. They no longer have that effect. They're just fully flat. Huge downgrade, and this also applies for the USP print stream, the M4 print stream, and the Deagle print stream. Next up, a skin that's gotten an insane makeover is the Rust Coats. Here you can see the M9 Rust Coat. It looks kind of the same. You see, the CSGO version is like fully brown. However, here in CS2, this one is pretty light. This is a Rust Coat, even though it looks like a Damascus Steel or an M9 Vanilla. One skin they changed a lot as well are the Blue Gem case hardens. For example, my Talon knife, the play side, has gotten a lot brighter and now shines blue. And here is my AK661. You can see the top has gotten a lot brighter, which in my opinion, I think it's an upgrade because it's much clearer to see in game that it's a blue gem. Another big change is of course the marble fades. This is one of the better upgrades in my opinion. The yellow is much brighter, the colors blend together much nicer, and you can see it very well on this M9. This is a huge upgrade in my opinion. However, not every single marble fade was upgraded in my opinion. One that wasn't is the fire and ice pattern. Here, it looks really good, but once you hop in game, you will see that if you're not facing the sun, there is basically no red on it. You can see, it's hard to see the red. I wouldn't say this is an upgrade, because with a fire and ice, you want to be able to see the red. In my opinion, this is kind of a downgrade. We haven't had that many gloves that have gotten changed, but one that has gotten a huge change are the amphibious gloves. Here you can see a pair of amphibious gloves with pretty scratched knuckles. This is about what we would expect in CSGO from a good field-tested pair. Now, this pair of amphibious is not field-tested. No, these amphibious are factory new. To many of you guys, this is probably a very minor thing, but to collectors and people who buy factory new gloves, this is a deal breaker. Massive downgrade. I would never buy these. One of the bigger changes, in my opinion, is the butterfly knives. Butterfly knives have always been nice, but they were just made nicer because of the handle, like I mentioned with the Dopplers earlier. Every single handle on the butterfly now shines in a very nice way. Here's a fade, and you can see how well it fits in with the rest of the skin. In my opinion, the Tiger Tooth has also gotten an upgrade. This is basically what all Tiger Tooth looked like in CSGO. Now, when it hits the sun, you can see that the, tiger stripes are actually reflective. Massive upgrade. Huge downgrade alert, we have the M4A4 Eye of Horus. When we inspect it, we can see that for some reason, the receiver and the barrel has gotten this like metal texture on it, so it's very reflective. They haven't added that same texture to the handle, the magazine. They haven't added it, so it looks ultra goofy. It just looks unfinished. Massive downgrade. I think they'll fix this though, because there's no way they intended for it to look like this. And finally, a skin that got a downgrade. In my opinion, it is the Desert Eagle Blaze, because here in CS2, for whatever reason, they've decided to put flames all over the back of the handle as well as the front of the handle. And just like the M4 Horus, I think this is a glitch and they're going to change it, and it's not going to end up actually looking like this all the time. It looks fucking ultra goofy. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, those were the skins that I found that have had the biggest changes for the better or for the worse in CS2. Now remember, we aren't in the beta anymore, so hopefully we're not going to see massive changes to these skins unless Valve, for whatever reason, just decides to flip the switch and just start changing skins all the time, just randomly. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. Now I'm going to go cry because I didn't buy any of the skins that got upgraded before CS2 actually released, and now I'll have to rebuy them for way more. Whoop!